Once there was a beautiful village in Palestine, and the village was surrounded by olive trees and fig trees and succulent lemon trees, and the people in the village were happy until a terrible ghoul named Ghaddar came to live in the hills above the village. People said he lived with a ghouler, and she was very unhappy. And the ghoul was terrible, and the ghoul was cruel, and the ghoul had skin as scaly as a crocodile, and a nose so big and full of warts, and his teeth were black, and his eyes bulged from his head. And Ghaddar the Ghoul would eat the animals, he would hurt the people, and he would tear down their houses. And the king was very unhappy. And the people would say, "Ghaddar the Ghoul, you're mean and cruel, and you scare everyone in the village. You eat all the animals, you eat all the food, you put the king in a terrible mood. Go, Ghaddar, go." But Ghaddar wouldn't go, and the king said, anybody who can take the 3 hairs from Ghaddar's head can have a place in my palace, and if she so wishes, can have the hand of my daughter in marriage. And there was in the village a young man called Ahmad, who was so brave. He decided to see if he could get the 3 hairs from Ghaddar's head. You see, the 3 hairs on a ghoul's head are the ghoul's strength, the ghoul's power, and the ghoul's magic. Take those away, and the ghoul is nothing. So Ahmad walked up the hill above the village. He came to a deep, dark cave. He peered in, and he saw the ghouler cooking, making stew. "What are you doing?" she said. "What are you doing? Go, go, go. Ghaddar will come back. He will eat you. Go, you must hide." And she opened the wardrobe, and Ahmad ran inside, and he hid. And he heard the terrible footsteps of Ghaddar the Ghoul coming back to his home and his ghouler. And the ghoul sat down, and the wife, the ghouler, gave Ghaddar his tea. And he ate, and he ate, and he fell asleep. Now Ahmad came out of the wardrobe, and the ghouler said, "I will help you, I will help you, I will help you take the 3 hairs from Ghaddar's head." And she stroked Ghaddar's head as he slept, and she pulled gently one of the hairs from his head. But Ghaddar woke up. "Who woke me from my bed? Who took a hair from my head?" Ghaddar said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Ghaddar. It was me. I was dreaming, and I pulled a hair by accident. I am sorry." And Ghaddar went back to sleep. And the ghouler stroked his head another time, and she gently pulled another hair, the 2nd hair from Ghaddar's head. "Who took the hair from my head? Who woke me from my bed?" said Ghaddar. "Oh, I'm sorry, Ghaddar. It was an accident. Please, please. I was stroking your hair, and one came out by accident. I am sorry." And Ghaddar fell asleep again. Now this time Ahmad came, and he walked, tiptoed towards the ghoul. He tiptoed towards Ghaddar, and he got closer and closer and closer, and he quickly took the last hair from Ghaddar's head, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran to the king's palace, and he said, "Look, king, I have the 3 hairs from Ghaddar's head. I have his magic, his strength, and his power. Look, look, the 3 hairs." And Ahmad could hear behind him the noise of Ghaddar's footsteps. As heavy as rocks, Ghaddar's footsteps came closer and closer and closer. Who took the hairs from my head? Who woke me from my bed? And Ahmad said, Ghaddar the Ghoul, you're mean and cruel, and you scare everyone in the village. You eat all the animals, you eat all the food, you put the king in a terrible mood. Go, Ghaddar, go. But Ghaddar wouldn't go. Give me my 3 hairs, he said. And Ahmad took 1 hair and he threw it into the sea. Ah! Ghaddar screamed in agony. Stop, stop, he said, stop. And Ahmad took the 2nd hair and he threw it into the fire. Ah! Ghaddar said, stop, stop. And he screamed in agony, in agony. And Ahmad took the last hair and he put it in his pocket. And he said, Ghaddar the Ghoul, if I ever hear that you are scaring people, you are tearing their houses down, you are hurting people, you are eating their food, I will throw this last hair into the sea and you will die. And Ghaddar went off into the hills, into the fields, and he was never, ever seen again. And every year the people of the village come out to celebrate Ahmad and his bravery in taking the 3 hairs from his head. And they say, Ghaddar the Ghoul was mean and cruel, and he scared everyone in the village. He ate all the animals, he ate all the food, he put the king in a terrible mood. Now he's gone, gone, gone.